Hello everyone, and welcome to Yoshi 1 Kenobi's Fiery Emancipation Protection MTG Arena Standard 2021 deck. What we're playing is Fiery Emancipation, an enchantment for 6. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. So we want to use this as our finisher. It's not an Embercleave, it's a triple damage, not double. But we don't have trample, so we need to make sure that our threats are evasive or protected from stuff. Let's look at our threats lineup. The main card is Haktos, the Unscarred. So it's a 6/1 with protection from anything except some number from 2 to 4. It must attack every combat, and with Fiery Emancipation in play, attacks for 18 unblockable points of damage to close out the game in one fell swoop. Also, Haktos could not be equipped with Embercleave, so Fiery Emancipation is a very flamey replacement. In terms of protection, we're also playing Lavabrink Venturer, and as you look in the background of Lavabrink Venturer, you realize this card is made to be played with Fiery Emancipation. It's a 3-drop that has protection from odd or even, and so you can attack for 9 with a Fiery Emancipation, another unblockable threat. Then we play Big Flyers, so Terror of the Peaks. Again, 15 points of damage in the air. The triggers will deal triple damage. It's just a very powerful threat on its own. Goes well with Haktos, you can play it to burn for 6. We're also playing Opportunistic Dragon. So it's a 4/3 flyer for 4. Very solid stats to begin with. And when it enters the battlefield, you get to steal a human or an artifact. Now in the standard 2021 metagame, one of the most common deck is the Teamer Clover. And what are the two key cards of that deck? Well, Lucky Clover, which is an artifact, and Edgewall Innkeeper, which is a human. So we get to temporarily steal these things from our opponent to stop them from getting value until they deal with the Opportunistic Dragon. Other decks like Big Green has trouble dealing with flyers, so 4/3 flyer for 4 is just great value, especially when you get to triple the damage. Sling Fire, a finisher. If we have Fiery Emancipation, also acts as one of our primary removal spells. With Bonecrusher Giant, another removal spell, another big threat. That card's just plain good. We're playing Bertul Miletus because we want to reach that 5 or 6th land relatively soon. And we're playing Giant Killers because we need another way to deal with big creatures, and because the deck did have some weaknesses against Uros and big green decks, which are the other big players in the metagame right now. So overall, you play some removal suite, some evasive threats, and the damage tripler. All that with a package of 26 lands, and you're good to go for M2021 Standard. Now let's see this deck in action. We are playing Fiery Emancipation Protection on MTG Arena Standard 2021 against Crow No. Always say no to the Crow. This is slow, but opponent's playing only creatures due to the Umori, and we have a Giant Killer, so I'll keep this. Also Scryland. Opponent's playing Simic Mutate. Maybe with one more color. Yes, we want lands. Opponent's not doing much, but neither are we. So I'll just keep on passing the turn. Opponent's still not doing anything. Well, if that's the case, we will Lavabrink Venturer. You can't play counter spells. Pouncing Shark is odd. Probably want odd. Sea Dasher Octopus also odd. Not my primary target of choice, but hey, it's gonna do the trick. I'll bring it to even, which is unfortunate. We'll have to let this one go. Let's go Haktos. Ringing the burn. We've rolled a 2. Excellent. Protection from everything other than 2 against a Mutate deck. So the opponent needs a Symbiote Poliwag in order to block Haktos the Unscarred. Uro. That's good for us. Scry again. Scry to dup. Scary. Alright. Well. Swing at you. Well, I guess you can block the Venturer. Bet we're going to Giant Killer anyways. So let's scry. Ooh. That's a fiery surprise. So we're all set up for the Fiery Emancipation Haktos for 18 game plan. You may attack. Oh yeah, oops. That thing's actually too weak for the Giant Killer. The attack with Lavabrink Venturer was quite dangerous. It's power 4 or greater. Alright. Nuclear launch detected. Fiery Emancipation. We deal triple damage. You can't Embercleave with Haktos, but you can triple the burn. As our opponent is reading the card again and again, saying, is this really a card? Did they really print something like that? How do I deal with an unblockable Haktos? And the nuke has landed. Boom, opponent. That's how you triple the damage. We are playing Fiery Emancipation Protection on MTG Arena Standard 2021 against Paranomasiac. This is a slow hand, but we will keep off of a Temple of Triumph. Let's see if we can find something. Lavabrink. That's pretty good. So we have our Lavabrink Venturer all set up for turn 3. Followed by a turn 4 of nothing, followed by a turn 5 Terror of the Peaks. Let's keep the Fabled Passage uncracked, just because our opponent might think that we're fetching blue with it. Opponent will play Uro. Alright, we will crack for white. Just so we get to play our Castle Arvindale untapped. We have all the colors we need anyways. Plains. Uro. Lots of Castle Cairnbrig. Another goose. Alright, well, let's play our mountain. Well, I know about the geese, so let's go odd. So Uro's odd and the green 5-drop is odd. Obviously because it's a 5-drop. Control rail. Okay. And another goose. The geese party is real. Ooh, that is a timely draw. Bye bye, Jolrel. And we shall hit you for 3. And pass a turn back. Opponent scries yet again. Arrow +1 in the graveyard. 6 mana available for our Simic opponent, Simic ramp. Based on the amount of goose. Here comes the Gargaroth. The Elder Gargaroth. Alright, Vertimilitus is pretty good. Yeah, sure. That seems fine. We will fetch a plains. We will play the plains. And we will not declare any attacks and pass the turn back. You'll sling fire in response to your opponent's attacking with the Elder Gargaroth. Here comes the Visionary. Tons of mana for... It's almost our mono green opponent. Playing Uro pretty much exclusively for the ramping. Draw a card most likely. Oh, create a 3/3. Alright. We'll block with Lavabrink. Free block. Opponent tramples for 3. And we will slay the Gargaroth with fire. Then we will Terror of the Peaks. Behold the power of the dragon. And pass the turn back. As you now have good blockers for pretty much everything. Our opponent has Visionary, falls into the Lavabrink, 3/3 falls into the wall, and, well, realistically, Terror of the Peaks just breaks everything. And we will start shooting down some stuff in just a minute. Unless their opponent kills off our Terror of the Peaks. The green blue is not really known for killing off stuff. Maybe a Primal Might. Primal Might a goose. Yeah, looks like a Primal Might. Very big Primal Might at that. Oh! Or that. Ugin for 5? Ugin for 5. Well, there goes everything. Well, thankfully you have the Slaying Fire, so you get to just wipe out Ugin. I'll play Bonecrusher Giant. Pass the turn back. Our opponent is 1 card away from Urrowing on the backswing. Thankfully Ugin exiled our opponent's stuff. Wolf, Willow Haven. One can sack it, so now there's enough stuff for Uro. Alright, well, Emancipation hits you for 12, I guess? Or, no, actually, the 4 from the Bonecrusher Giant, plus the 18 from Haktos, is where I'd like to go. Let's go Haktos. Come on, not 3. 2. Excellent. That'll make 1 tough Haktos to kill. Opponent wants to Uro. Cultivate. Alright. Mana. Unlimited mana. And now you Uro. Draw, gain life, play the land, and Fiery Emancipation. Surprise! And now this is gonna hurt. Hit you for 18, forcing the trade with the Bonecrusher Giant. And you're on the verge of death, opponent. Unless there's another Ugin, I'd say we're in pretty good shape. There's not enough for that. So we swing with Haktos. And you don't have enough life to survive another 18 points of damage. But Brazen Borrower will be good enough. Reroll! This time we've rolled 4, which is probably even harder to dodge. And let's play our Giant Killer as well, just so we get the ability to tap some stuff. Brazen Borrower comes in. It's all good. As long as it's not another Ugin. Our opponent bought themselves one more draw step. And that's how it's done. Haktos and Fiery Emancipation. Just pure evasion and 18 points of damage out of nowhere. Take the game even through an Ugin. We are playing Fiery Emancipation Protection on MTG Arena Standard 2021 against Inazuma Gold, which is much stronger than Inazuma Silver. And we will get to keep this as we have Fiery Emancipation, Haktos, and some early plays. By early plays, I mean the turn 3 Giant Killer to kill something. Or a 1-2 blocker to block something. Let's go with the blocker plan. The Giant Killer will be the small opponent killer. On that, let's fetch our second planes so that we have all the required colors for Haktos. Right on time. Yes, I will accept this trade. A 1-drop for a 1-drop. I'm happy with that. That's an interesting one. Let's play another Fabled Passage and pass the turn. Actually, I should have played Mountain. In case our opponent plays something that we'd want to use Giant Killer on. Although, yep. That was a big misplay. Oh well. It's alright. Weaponize the monsters. What kind of red deck wins is that guy playing? I think I'm going to go Opportunistic Dragon here. Take the opportunity to take the Heraldic Banner. What are you going to do against my dragon? You can't kill it with weaponize the monsters. Your Cerberus does not scare me. I'm not going to block it, but it does not scare me. As I fall down to 14. One plays a mountain. Rimrock Knight. Alright, well, in which case we will go with Haktos. Who has protection from anything other than 3. Which means our opponent can't do anything about it with their current board. As we swing with the Opportunistic Dragon. Also, the Rage Hound has to attack. How many cards does it need to exile? It escapes for 3 and 4 mana. Alright. Opponent's trying to weaponize the monster to deal 2 to us, I guess. Castle Embercleave. We will block the Rimrock Knight. Opponent will sack Rimrock Knight, dealing 2 damage to our face. And we're down to 9. Okay, so that's your game plan. I see it now. Now, crack my Fabled Passage. Yeti Plains. Attack you for Unblockable 10. Our opponent right now has 2, 4, 5 points of damage they can deal. Because of weaponized the monsters. And let's just put a pair of giant killers on the battlefield to make it harder for opponent to finish us off. And we'll pass the turn back. Opponent will use a monster as a weapon to deal 3 to us. Or deal with a giant killer. It's an interesting take on Red Deck Win. Gives it a little bit more reach. But it's not as powerful as the Opportunistic Dragon and the Haktos when you hit 3. Then your opponent has nothing. And that's how we beat it. Crushed under the weight of our powerful red creatures. We are playing Fiery Emancipation Protection on MTG Arena Standard 2021 against Bonjo 12-1. Or Bonjo 2 in absolute value. We'll keep this. We have 3 lands, we have 3 drops. 3 tree drops actually. Fling Fire is not exactly what we want. Opponent is pondering their hands quite a lot. As we are pondering ours, not very much. Looking at little crystals in the background. I wonder which place this is. Some kind of temple with a relic, and there's lava to keep people away from the relics. It's a human soldier. I mean, it's a venturer, but it doesn't fit in the adventure team or the party team. It's disappointing. Hallowed Priest could be a problem, although we'll have protection from even soon. Also, it's a human, so actually it's not that much of a problem.
Together we are a crop. We grow or wither as one.
Then we can play some weird metagames where the Alsaid of Life bounty can give protection to the Hallowed Priest. But now's the chance if I want to kill it. But Basri's a problem. That thing is human, so we can steal it with the Opportunistic Dragon next turn. The Basri will be at 5. Basri will take up to 6. So we can kill the Alsaids of Life's bounty. Then we can steal the Hallowed Priest on next turn. Our opponent still has a card to play. Now we have any Sling Fires. Let's get rid of the Alsaid. Hallowed Priest is a pain. Especially if our opponent has a way to deal with the Opportunistic Dragon. I'm liking that card more and more. in Standard 2021. There's a lot of humans here and there, and we can steal Lucky Clovers. Daxos, blessed by the sun. With little Pegasus on the shield. And the sword that looks magical. I mean, it's a legendary enchantment creature after all. Hallowed Priest, swinging for 4. We'll take it down to 11. Basri now in the scary territory. We will fetch red so that we can Opportunistic Dragon. Or like they say in poker, read 'em and weep. Because you probably don't know what this card does. And then you weep because we're taking your Hallowed Priest hostage. Except it's not as good as a hostage taker, in which case we'd get to play it again. I miss hostage taker. Alright, Basri will tick to ultimate level. If our opponent can deal with the Opportunistic Dragon, we've likely lost the game. Otherwise, we're in very good shape. Speaker of the Heavens.
I trust in your abilities.
Yeah, the Axos can swing. I'll take 3. Can't lose the dragon. On our turn, we'll swing the Basri, play Lavabrink. Ooh, that's gain 2. $26. You don't have a way to gain the last life. Alright, well, definitely Temple of Triumph. We don't want to tap land. So that thing's even, that thing's odd. I'm quite antsy at the Speaker of the Heavens.
We must adjust our tactics.
We have to put up a blocker for the Speaker of the Heavens, and we will call even. The threaten blocking Daxos. Alright, we're good. We got this. Oh yeah, indestructible.
Ketra's love
Oops.
is your shield.
Should have slayed the Speaker of the Heavens. Or the Basri, actually. Probably would have been a better call. Well, I called even with Lavabrink. So Lavabrink Venturer can go and kill Basri. That's unblockable. Even from the Castle Arvindale token. That's one thing down. Now we need to kill the Speaker of the Heavens. And then we will take 5 next turn. Alright, so actually we can block Daxos. Yeah, so we'll take 5. White Weenies doesn't have reach, right? Selfless Savior is a pain. I need to draw an untapped land. Log Daxos. Yes, sack the Savior. Please sack the Savior. Thank you. Alright, and now we're in a slightly bit of trouble because opponent has Castle Arvindale. So here, we want to kill the Angel, which we will do with the Giant Killer, just because it's more effective. The opponent has effectively 3 creatures, which means we cannot attack. But we can protection from even again. And pass the turn. Quite sadly. We're gonna lose to Castle Arvindale. Hallowed Priest. Thankfully there's not quite enough mana for Castle Arvindale. Now that's just dumb. Come on, opponent. You're beating me on the go wide plan. Now I just get a Slaying Fire Hallowed Priest. So the opponent decided that they wanted to go tall on the Hallowed Priest. Now that's going to backfire. Because we hit you for 7. So you actually get some damage in. Opponent will have the Arvindale token. Yeah, you can't attack. You'll attack straight to my Lavabrink Venturer. Alright, we have our own Castle Arvindale. We get a Bonecrusher Haktos. Yeah, token doesn't have any devotion. You'll gain a life, that's fine. Slaying Fire is instant, so we can attack for 10 with no fear. We can also match your tokens with our own tokens from Castle Arvindale. So even if our opponent didn't do the stupid attack last turn, we would have been fine. Mashing Line, what's your target? Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright, I'll make a token. We'll use our Slaying Fire to kill the Hallowed Priest. Pay a diamond. Hit you for 6. Actually, make it 7. Yeah, you still have a Castle Arvindale activation up. So we aren't in the threat of losing. Opponent trades for some reason. This is kind of like an end game in chess. Linden, Steadfast Queen. Arvindale token. Fabled Passage for red. Play the Bonecrusher. Hit you for 3. Pass the turn back. Alright. And now we got our opponent. Tap Linden. Hit you with everything except the giant killer, which is 11. You made the token resolves. We tap the token, and that's how it's done. Grinding out a gazillion life total with our Lavabrink Venturers, slowly but surely taking the game down. Fiery Emancipation would have ended the game much earlier though, but we didn't draw it, so we just grinded our opponent to win the game. We are playing Fiery Emancipation, Invincible Dudes on MTG Arena against Malekith in Standard 2021. We will keep this because we go first and we have lands and Lavabrink Venturers. It's actually very good for the theme of the deck. They go on the brink of the lava next to the Fiery Emancipation. And it's perfect for the lore. And we know we're going to be spamming them because we have 3 in our hands. Opponent's playing Jeskai. What does Jeskai play? Maybe the Fiery Omen. I feel like Even's what I want to call. Scorching Dragon Fire. Banishing Light apparently. Alright, so we know you play Banishing Lights, so this time we are going to be calling Odd. Because maybe that's just Azorius control with Banishing Lights. Scorching Dragon Fire? Yeah, you're gonna Scorching Dragon Fire. Oh, Narset. Well, we called Odd, but it's on the Simulacrum. Alright. Well, kill Narset. Can't let you live with Planeswalker. Especially not when we have the ways to deal with it. Bonecrusher Giant. Probably playing some Shatter to size or stuff like that. We'll probably Fire Emancipation if we can. Get the beats beating. Comes Narset.
Whether friend or foe, state your intent.
Narset will minus.
Consider the future, then
Mana Rock? A Green Crystal. Alright, well. This is not a deja vu. This is the same thing that happened last turn, but at 1 turn later. Kill Narset with a Bonecrusher. Cast a Bonecrusher. Dream Trawler. Alright. You have a Dream Trawler. And we have a Terror of the Peaks. And we'll pass the turn back. Dream Trawler is a very scary card. Almost as scary as... Oh! I was gonna say as a Fiery Emancipation, but... An Inspired Ultimatum off of a Dream Trawler is hard to beat, to say the least. Alright. How do we do this? Honestly, I think we're doomed, but I think we go Lavabrink Venturer. Let's choose Odd. Hit you for 4. As a turn back, and before combat, we will tap the Dream Trawler. Tap ya. Problem is we're only hitting our opponent for 21 next turn. So the Dream Trawler and the Spirit Ultimatum combo was just too much. They'll still go through the motions just to show our opponent that we were serious. Boom, take 21. And then we lose. But we got the combo. Our opponent just had too much life. And the 10 cards from Inspired Ultimatum were a little too much to handle. But it's alright. Because we gotta burn, baby, burn. We are playing Fiery Emancipation Protection on MTG Arena Standard 2021 against the Little Flower. That's a pretty good opening hand. We got lands, we got land fetchers, we got burn. And our opponent is playing an aggressive build. Temple of Triumph. Yeah, we can use more mana. Stone Coil for 2, swing for 2. We will take it. We will crush that Stone Coil Serpent. And pass the turn back. Mostly because I don't want any kind of protection effect going on. You'll take 2 from the Wildwood Tracker, which is starting to be a pain. Played Bonecrusher Giant to trade with Orzhov, Lord of Garenbrig. As our opponent plays something green, in which case we'll use it to block the Wildwood Tracker. Log the Questing Beast. That thing's not even a human. Alright, well. Haktos, the Unscarred. Protection 104. And the Questing Beast is dead this time. Giant Noble. Ginger Brew. Alright. That thing is a 1-drop. It's a free block. Haktos, the Unscarred. Alright, well, we'll have to attack with Haktos. So we will fetch red. Clear Terror of the Peaks. And hit you with Haktos. Because we don't have a choice. But we're threatening lethal next turn. Wildwood Tracker. Not good enough. Opponent swings. 7. Yeah, can't block Ginger Brute. We're down to 3. Why are you a tap land? That would have been the perfect slam. Just slam down Fiery Emancipation to win the game. But instead we will have to go with the 11+4 with the Terror of the Peaks trigger. Oh yeah, Ginger Brute's an artifact. That's a nice addition. I'll just beat our opponent down, which is not as explosive as a Fiery Emancipation finish, but still effective. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the Yoshi icon at the right of your screen. It doesn't cost you any mana, and it greatly helps to support this channel and keep the awesome videos coming.